represented the Lord of Ghana, and he told me, I have not come to hear from you. I have come to tell you what I mean. You had a meeting with the Interior Minister on the 11th day of March, and I've been a week now today, that we don't want to integrate you. We told you it. And now you still continue to be out here. So I have come to pick you, and I asked him, why are you carrying me? He said, to where, when you violate the laws, to where they can take you. Then he said, go and tell your people now to pick up their things and let them come so that we can leave. So I told him to please allow me to use the mark, the mark to have my people informed. So he gave me the chance. By that time he left, I told the people. And by that time, the cars came very close to the refugees because they drove on the camp. All of the cars were on the camp. They drove on the camp, on the refugee camp. Even when we want to go out to urinate, no. I have to urinate into their person with women being around me because I was very jammed. And then they opened the back part of the bus and a personal car that is with small wire, and then they can put prisoner in. They put the people in, close the door, and then one other car was there. They put them there, it was very packed, and people was fainting. I think about 2 persons got fainted there. And they said realize and start to choke them down.
So I sat down with the baby, tried to nurse the baby that, in case I'm a baby mother, they will not do anything to me. But when I sat down, I had the police making it, they started beating me. You see the good man, he stabbed me, all my feet, my chest, everything, he threw the baby down.
I'm not aware of issues regarding brutalities during the movement of the refugees from Budubram to Kodiabe. My reports we had was that they were quite eager to get onto the vehicles that were conveying them because, again, they had been misinformed by the leadership of the demonstrations that they were being taken away for resettlement in the US.
Did they inform them that they were being arrested?
Even Ghanaian children within the locality who actually were urged to go onto the buses by their parents, thinking that they were being taken to America.
I doubt that very much. If they were told that they were being arrested, they would have boarded the bus.
One beat another woman on her knee. The need is there, so many.
The pitiful thing about it, some of the women only came outside from the bedroom to buy bread and take it back to the children. Unfortunately, they were caught up in the process.
And they carried the people to a town called Diaby. And since they've been there, they talk about 600 plus to 700 women and children that they are carrying. Some children went with their mothers left. Some mothers went with their children on ground. So now we are in a lost situation.
According to them, the day they came, there were no mattresses and the facilities were just not there. I think the next day, the day that we went, the UNHCR brought them some mattresses. And the water situation was bad. Sanitation was nothing to write home about. We found some women lying on the floor. The women complained that there were scorpions and snakes around. And the first day we went, there were no tents. So the condition was really bad.
The vulnerable women amongst the group, like the pregnant women, the very young children, the lactating mothers, were returned to the camp just on humanitarian grounds.
On the 22nd of March 2008, the men on the camp had their turn.
Few of our brothers who play basketball left and went at the basketball court. So police came again and picked those guys at the basketball court, picked them up. Before we realized the police was in the community arresting men. Reason, we don't know.
Some of the people who've been arrested is threatening the stability and the security of our country.
As to what kind of threat they are to security, I do not know.
Those guys were taken to town, turned over to government, and only to hear that those that were taken, some of them were preparing for deportation. Why?
There are some more. They are illegal immigrants. And these are some of the people who've been promoting the breach of our country's laws.
It's so vague, and it's a bit difficult for me because some of these people have been here with us for so many years. And less than a week, they've become a threat to the security of Ghana.
Many of them were registered refugees. Few of them work with me in this office.
I got up this morning and I saw the police van all around, so I got dressed and went there to find out what was the mission, because I work with the council, I work with the management. And the police escorted me. He said, let's go so we can find out. So when we came to the bus, he said, get inside. So I got inside. But they have not told us anything. And when I came here, they said those who are working with the Liberian Welfare Council, they should give them separate names. And they took down our names. And this is my ID card, but I don't know what is happening.
They have their cars. They were deported in their short pants while they were practicing. How can you facilitate somebody like that?
We have excellent reasons why we should be so firm on them.
Owing to these factors, the then Minister of Interior, Honorable Kwamena Bartels, on the 1st of April 2008, held a press conference in Accra.
We will not sit down unconcerned for our national security to be jeopardized, where people who have been given our hospitality continue to undermine the security of our country. Our national security is supreme, and it shall not be compromised under any circumstances whatsoever.
This, among other statements, incurred the displeasure of all Liberian refugees as well as some nationals.
Liberians do not have any right to block anybody's road here. I don't think it was their right. The women did not even go into throwing stones, so why would they go to block road? And again, he said they were naked. It is not true. Somebody is asking for something. I want you to help me with this so that I can go to establish my life. Why would they go naked? To prove what?
If people were really naked, where's the evidence? The media is all over the place, so somebody could have at least taken pictures of the naked women.
Some few days later after the conference, the issue of deportation of some of the Liberian refugees was moved to the Accra High Fast Track Court, presided over by Justice P.K. Jaisayo. Counsel for the refugees, Nana Oyelitho, sought injunction on the deportation order. The UNHCR and Nana Oyelitho indicated with evidence that they were claiming refugee status by a section of the law which stated that one could be a refugee if his or her family enjoys refugee status in a country.
According to Article 12 of the refugee law, even if you have not been registered and you have a relative who has been registered, then the law confers refugee status to you, at least the rights. But the Attorney General is saying that even the relatives, their refugee status has been revoked. And we are saying that no, there's a process for revoking refugee status, and the Director of Immigration and Refugee Board have not gone through that process.
Their counsel, in applying to the court, stated that they are not documented. So if you are not documented, how can you say you are a refugee? You are not a refugee. Simple as that. Simplicity.
But it was unfortunate that no family member came out to make any claims out of the 23 illegal immigrants.
We learned from our clients that they were deported on Saturday morning, but that does not prevent us from pursuing this case because we believe that the judgment was wrong in law.
Fortunately or unfortunately, the refugees lost their battle with the state, and so they had their refugee status revoked. They were, however, asked to go home.
We are willing to go, but the process we are appealing now to the Minister of Internal Affairs to convey on the UNHCR staff, because these people, they come to work only 2 hours.
The process is very, very slow. The staff on the ground from the UNHCR, they are small. You understand me? We need more people to do the work.
Left my home from small, and I really want to go back and do my home, and even contribute to the development process.
I think the two countries, they are highly related. So I believe that we will hold up to the relationship. There is nothing going to separate the relationship between Liberia and Ghana.
Using the issue of fundamental human rights as an instrument for final judgment, were these people treated right just before they could say goodbye to Ghanaians?
Atamios, look at Tinga Kega.
Professor John Evans Atamios.
Professor John Evans Atta Mills, the presidential candidate of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, for the December 2008 general elections in Ghana, was born on July 21, 1944, at Tarkwa in the nation's western region. His parents, who hailed from the Comfy area in the central region of Ghana, were John Evans Atta Mills Sr., a teacher, and Mrs. Mercy Atta Mills, née Dawson Amwa, a petty trader, both now deceased. He is married to Nadu Mills and has a son, Samuel Atta Mills.
We come from a family of 6 siblings, 3 boys and 3 girls. And Professor Atta Mills is the second child and also the eldest male in the family. Our father was an instructor at Commander Training College and very much a staunch Christian Methodist, imbued with the spirit of Protestantism, and very much believed in, frugality, hard work, academic excellence. He's somebody who never smoked or drank and was very enterprising.
Professor, Takwa, ne, amena moshene mugwawan. Yadu man, what time friend na papa, wa Huni Valley. Na professor, out close school, or so schooling. Man said a wow kunda. Boy, not this young so in the hagro. Daba be fear no can. No 200, no 200 papa. Ne, I hand a day.
Yea, now you're quite acquainted. And say, no papa, no teacher or tapa. The woman and it's or been from New Valley. Oh, she was over his sea. Namosom Namo acquainted. Namosoma bear. Na Moko Honsan. Samokwa da mads madam. Madam. May order so ma, more sorry. Na Usipon Urushiali. Na Masanada. Madame, what but so much enough for Satamis, no Sepon, no Luciali, Namada. What I meant you the Serumpo. At the chance, a Juma watch will fear one, or better can wire day, Tamala, no, Oracle School. On pay, hey, cry, on pay the day. Oh, a pere orphan, of a baby. So much na nisubana ya soronko wo mofre ni nyine
abia ohano ami mo me na nko school nke gina class na ni akọ boba yin na nso koba anya wona ma mi fia so we na eziban po no so huma onzizi odo oso mo go from me ba asan wo didi mo so mutumi no ko ma mi fie akọba mpese yezi mi fie na we sini we concert we bibia nso anko bida. On 6 o'clock and you be me who the prof on them kisi room and I work station hopo. You who need that. Prof will be the ocean as senezi Nadusia. If you papa fia no pion komo with that bench be or as I want a minute katina. Easy young komo. Thomas no training now. No kitan boots. Na yoko open train now I'll be free.
As a result of his father's moving from one teaching station to another, the young Atta Mills had his primary education in 2 different towns in the central region of Ghana, Kisi and Komenda.
I have 56. It's maternal, so 56 this year. Nine teacher, I am Master Kwashi, who teaching 56 and 57. Na Fifi. On Prakasa, on your basa, oh, Bazi, Nanado so ope, ball on winning boy, ope ball, Lancasankas. There you will school my birbim punya. Oh, but we're not for Bacasan, no iron yow. Now, or your Fifi, it's so beautiful, let's say a cadet. Fifi and yow that, no, On Tumpa, Obabado, Ubazi, on Pebasta Basta, the Maya the Crow, Sanasa.
No, we see school down. 9 years, may I know until we see the Papa in the bone room, 50s in the moon now, and call commander. But in a see a crewman, Nidia the friend of Fifi, poor boy Chiliani, Fifi and it's my former mamma, my dear Penny. Mackay, Yewo school, one ship Yara Robada. If you answer near Max from class 1 to Form 3 now, because again school. One should be out Robada. No bone fool, class was a meuta. That's a meeting one on him. It was I started so. Oh, any person could get there, she had it. Oh, yeah, the Jesu or passer, and if or should they see
In 1957, Professor Mills gained entrance into the prestigious and famous Achimota School in Accra, Ghana's capital, where he excelled both in the classroom and the sporting arena.
Professor John Evans Atta Mills and I met as far back as 1957. Since then, we have been playmates in various games at various levels. At the level of the school, Achimota School, we played several games including cricket, hockey, and of course, soccer. From then, we moved on to the university, where we played for our university, the University of Ghana, where we won several trophies. And from then, we also moved on to the national level. At the national level, we were selected, both of us, to play for the academicals. That is, students selected from various schools to form the academicals team. We didn't win any laurels or trophies. But at that time, at that moment, we were considered good enough to play for our national hockey team.
In 1963, John Atta Mills, after obtaining his advanced level certificate, went on to the Faculty of Law, University of Ghana, Legon, where he subsequently received his bachelor's degree and was called to the Ghana Bar in 1967. The London School of Economics, LSE, and the School of Oriental and African Studies, SOAS, also in London, the United Kingdom, were the next ports of call for John Atta Mills. He obtained his master's degree in law at the LSE and his doctorate degree in taxation at SOAS. While working on his doctoral thesis, Atta Mills was elected as a Fulbright Scholar at Stanford Law School in the United States of America. On his return home, he was appointed a lecturer at the law faculty at his alma mater, the University of Ghana, Legon, where he remained for 25 years and rose to the enviable position of associate professor. It was during this period that he married Nadu Mills' née Tebotri, whom he met in his student years at Legon.
Actually, my acquaintance with Professor John Evans Atta Mills goes back many, many years. We met also in Legon, in the University of Ghana, when we both entered the Faculty of Law as students. Now, we were in the same classroom, taught by the same people, and throughout our days as students, we took, the rest of the class, I think, took a lot of inspiration from him. He continued these fine academic qualities into later life, into postgraduate work. I also went to do postgraduate work. As luck would have it, we came back to the University of Ghana and began teaching in the same year. He was a man of incredible patience, a man of leadership qualities, a man who could listen to arguments which were even sometimes patently absurd without